A pleasant good morning to you all. This is Ken McNatt with the MOV Weather with your morning briefing severe weather edition for Saturday, March 7th, 2026. This morning, we are dealing with a slight risk of severe storms, a level 2 of 5 from the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma. 3 to 9 p.m. is the target time today. 3 p.m. in the west, 9 p.m. out in the east. And here's what we're looking at in terms of modeling. And I just want to focus on one image right now. This is the HRRR model as of 4 p.m. today. This is basically what the line or broken line is expected to look like as it makes its way through the Mid-Ohio Valley. If you notice, there are, if I can bring that up here we go. Just indents or little kinks in the line. That's where that could team up with spin in the atmosphere and cause very quick spin-up tornadoes, the EF0 type that come down, come back up before the next radar scan. So we have to be mindful of that today. That doesn't mean it's going to happen, but the conditions are favorable for possibly one or two of those to happen today. So I would take a severe thunderstorm warning today as a tornado warning, just to be on the safe side. And if you recall, lowest level of your home or building, away from doors and windows, get as many walls between you and the outside as you can. So again, we have the slight risk of severe weather today between 3 and 9 p.m. We'll bring up the forecast now. So we are expecting highs near 80 degrees today, dew points in the lower to middle 60s, similar to yesterday, basically. Partly to mostly sunny this morning, although it will end up being variable. You'll have clouds from time to time, and then clear skies. The question becomes, how much sun do we get today? Sun is storm fuel. We have to remember that. The more sun we get, the more fuel there will be for storms. Southwest wind, 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting to 30. Normal highs this time of year in the lower to middle 50s. We're near 80 today, so well above that. UV index for the first time this year is a 5. That's still moderate. But for those of you who watch that daily, know that it's starting to rise with the season. Here is the Storm Prediction Center map as of this morning, as of this recording. Everybody's under a level 2 of 5. And the SPC changed a couple things this year. They have introduced a new thing called conditional intensity groupings. All you need to know about that is that now they are communicating the forecast not only in terms of probability, but also intensity. It used to be that they put in a hatched area and be like, oh, this means significant severe. Well, they're complicating things, but yet they're simplifying things. If you just looked at their hatched map and had no idea what you're looking at, yeah, you'd probably be confused. So on my maps here now, I have the probability as defined by the Storm Prediction Center, their conditional intensity grouping, and what that means in terms of intensity. So, for instance, the wind today, that there's a 15% probability that there will be a damaging wind report within 25 miles of a point within the zone. And they expect all those reports to come in at 74 miles per hour or under. Large hail, which is defined as 1 inch in diameter or higher, 5% probability within 25 miles, and all reports are expected to come in at 2 inches diameter or less, which is typical for the Mid-Ohio Valley, so that's not too shocking here. The tornado thing's the one that got my attention and keeps getting my attention, even though there's quote-unquote only a 5% risk. That's typically the high-end risk for the Mid-Ohio Valley. They did put a conditional intensity grouping of 1 on that, which means that anyone within the 5% zone, as you'll see, could see up to an EF2 tornado today. That is not a guarantee, but they're saying that conditions are favorable for that potential development. So let's look at probability real quick. If you're in the brown zone, which is most of the region, you have a 5% chance of there being a tornado within 25 miles today. Those in the green zone, 2%. Now, it just so happens that these zones match up with their intensity groupings today. If you're in the 5% zone for probability, you're also in their 1 zone for risk of up to an EF2. If you're in a 0 zone, you are in the risk for up to an EF1. And then real quick here, we'll take a look at the wind risk. It's 15 across the board, which that alone would put us in a slight risk. If there was no other hazards predicted, this alone would put the region in a slight risk. And then the hail probabilities today. If you're in the brown, you are within the 5% zone. That's a 5% chance of seeing a large hail report within 25 miles. And if you're not, it's below 5%. It's not 0, it's below 5%. There is a difference. So if you're down here below Route 33 basically, and you get a report of an inch diameter hail or more, don't be coming to me and saying, oh, they say it's 0. No. It means less than 5%. Not 0. You still have a chance. Don't take that for granted. Do not take the lack of a zone for granted, especially when you're within the 25-mile margin of error. Essentially, everybody is in this zone today. Sort of like those flood risks I was talking about the other day. Just because you're not in the zone doesn't mean you're not in the zone. That's what margins of error are for. As for today and 4 or more, again, highs near 80 with some thunderstorms likely today. Wind gusts up to 30 outside of storms. Tonight, showers and storms continue. Lows in the middle to upper 50s. Tomorrow, clearing skies, mid to upper 60s. Monday morning, clear skies, around 40. During the day Monday, mid to upper 70s once again, sunny skies. Clear skies Tuesday morning, maybe a few clouds towards sunrise. Lows around 50. Showers and storms once again on Tuesday afternoon, highs in the mid-70s. Low Wednesday morning around 60 with some showers and storms, and then some more showers on Wednesday, highs in the upper 70s. This is Ken McNatt with the MOV Weather, reminding you to remain weather aware and to stay tuned all day for potential live coverage of severe weather as needed. Take care.